All right, good evening, race fans, and welcome once again to the NARL official channel for the Mid-Ohio race in the Xfinity Series. Tonight, I've got Swamp Fox in the booth with me. Swamp, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad, Jim. How you doing yourself today?
Doing great. Just looking forward to the race as always. I've also got a little special surprise for everybody. Gator Mike going to be racing tonight. He's going to be our in-race reporter. Gator, you got me, buddy?
How's it going, all my gnarly ones? I'm stepping away for one night from my Xfinity commentating duties, and I'm going on the track here. So it's going to be a fun race. I'm excited for it. This is my first Xfinity start of the season. So let's see what I can pull off with this number 76 custom schemed Ford tonight.
Yeah, and for everyone that doesn't know, Gator is an aficionado at these road courses. He loves them. We've got 2.3 miles tonight on the racetrack, 13 turns, everything technical. Swamp, what are you looking forward to tonight?
Oh, I'm just looking forward to seeing how these guys handle on the road course tonight. I'm also looking forward to seeing what Gator can do. The man eats, breathes, wakes up, does push-ups for road courses. So dropping down here to the Xfinity Series to run a road course here at one of my 3 home tracks. So excited to watch it.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I said 2.3 miles. That's the track length. I meant to say 85 miles in length. It's 50%er, 170 miles in real life. But in the NARL, we do it half. So 85 miles tonight, 38 laps, and endless excitement. I guess I'm going to get Gator here and ask you, Gator, what are you looking forward to tonight?
Well, obviously it's a road course, and yes, I do love them. But you guys are hyping me up a little too much. There's some stiff competition down here tonight. I saw Jagboy, Robster, they were both really fast in practice. So look out for them tonight. Me, I'm probably just going to take it conservative in the first 2 stages, not mess any of the Xfinity guys up since it's not my full-time series, and try to go for the win in the final stage. But it's a road course. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jagboy and all the NARL guys, all on top of that weekly leaderboard, all, at least half of them racing tonight. We have 12 guys for you tonight, and half of them are on that weekly fastest leaderboard. So we'll definitely see the best at this track tonight.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I don't think a lot of people run this track for fun.
No, the 12th thing, we have a couple guys that did not want to partake in the race tonight, thinking that they were going to be a little too aggressive or overdrive the corners and ruin someone else's race. So, yeah, some guys have respectfully declined the invitation to race tonight. Last season, this race put on a very good battle between 2 heavyweights. Jaw 2131, he came in for his first race of the season in the NARL, and he put on a show to defeat the eventual Xfinity Series champion in the NARL, Max Boost 27, to win at Mid-Ohio. I'm wondering, is it going to be another crazy battle to the last lap like that this season?
Yeah, that race last season was nuts. We didn't get to watch it because we were racing in it, but those two put on a heck of a show. 2 top quality guys, drivers. Max, as we all know, won the Pro League race last week, and Jaw, who, in a lot of people's opinion, should have gotten an invite for the Pro League qualifying, but did not. So definitely a lot of talent between those two. So it'll be interesting tonight, though, to see who can come out on top.
Yeah, and we have to give the shout out. Max is racing tonight in the Xfinity Series for the NASCAR Heat Pro League at Dover. So good luck to Max on that one. But we got ourselves a race of our own tonight.
Indeed we do.
I believe we are still in qualifying. If you could pull up a stream, Swamp, and tell us where they might be in qualifying, maybe Boss 6 Stream.
Well, while you pull up that stream, I can tell you real quick.
Oh crap! Yep. We have an in-race commentator. I'm sorry, folks.
We're on
Gator.
lap 2 of 3 of qualifying, so it's just gonna be a few more minutes for
awesome.
We load back into the lobby. But I told the guys tonight I'm gonna start shotgun on the field, so it's gonna be fun watching everybody battle in front of me the first few laps.
Yeah, you say that now.
Hey, I'm down here for fun. If I get beat around, I get beat around. Whatever, not my series. So,
just give you some advice. Don't put a hole through your wall.
I will not. I'm not that stupid.
You're not supposed to make me laugh when I'm drinking beer.
Well, I need you to tell me what beer that is so we can get some product placement in this stream.
Oh, you know, some Busch Light lattes.
There you go.
Hey, Gator, so I got a question for you. What track of the... my bad. What part of this track do you find to be the most challenging?
That's a good question. There's a lot of really technical parts on this track just due to the undulation of the elevation. Lots of changes with it. But I think, for me, the most difficult is a really sharp left-hander after the back straightaway. It kind of goes uphill around the corner and a sharp downhill coming off the corner, so your car can get really loose out of that. This is kind of a trouble spot for a lot of people, so that's going to be somewhere to look out for tonight.
Indeed, and keeping it on 4 wheels. I was doing a little practice with you guys in that practice race beforehand, and keeping it on 2 wheels was a monster. So you'll have to make sure that you keep it on 2 wheels tonight, or on 4 wheels tonight, Gator.
I mean, 4 wheels is better than 2 in terms of these these NASCAR Xfinity Series vehicles. So 4 wheels is definitely the way to go. I would not recommend 2. 2 is usually a bad day.
Alrighty, here we are still waiting. If you've just joined us.
Now.
Just wrapping up qualifying.
Oh. Ballistic's fun at coming to the line there.
Wonder if you took the advice to run a 9.
I do not know, but... Well, Penn won the qualifying race.
Oh. To Gator's point, he's not the only guy that loves the road courses. Penn loves road courses.
Does he?
I believe he does. He loves
like
Canadian. He believes Canadian Tire.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like he's got to because he's only got Canadian Tire, and rest in peace to him, I guess. If that's his opinion.
So this is the second road course that the Xfinity guys have seen this season. Do you think there's anything you can take away from Road America and translate it to what you see at Mid-Ohio? Or do you think it's going to be a whole different type of breaking point, different type of racing you'll see tonight?
You know, I think you can take some things away. I mean, Road America is a technical track. Mid-Ohio is a technical track. They're both kind of flat. There's not much elevation change in them. You got long sweeping corners. You got tight corners off the long straightaways. So I think there is quite a bit that you can take away from it.
As we are back in the lobby, looks like Jackboy has got the pole for tonight's race. One of the guys I thought was really quick in practice. He's
Yeah.
P1.
Jackboy's definitely quick everywhere we go.
Yeah, he's the new max boost for that TJR camp, holding it down in the Xfinity series. We can join. I know. If you don't mind, Swamp, shoot me a couple invites just in case.
Will do. Oh, and I didn't put my Twitch stream up. Oops.
Oh, you're fine. As we load in here to the B&L Transport 170 at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Yes, here we go, coming to the green flag. We are racing here at Mid-Ohio. Jagboy clears out, going into turn 2. A little contact there from the 01 of OG Infa. They're 3 wide behind with Robster, Dalton, and the 51 of, I believe that's Nick.
Nick. Yeah.
Jagboy pulling a little bit of a gap going into this very heavy braking zone. As the battle rages on for P3 right here between Dalton and Nick. Dalton has that preferred line going into this little section, this little technical section with a lot of elevation change, and he will take the position. Here comes the 51 back to the inside, which will turn to be the outside in this corner. And the 89 is going to send it in there and try to take both positions. Looking to the outside in the final corners here. And they'll straighten it out.
Ooh. Like Penn really got loose coming off that last corner there.
Looking back at our in-race reporter, he's back here just relaxing, back in around 11th position, maybe 10th.
I'm in P10, just out for that Wednesday night cruise I was talking about in the first couple stages.
Sexy red, white, and blue cars, sir.
Tried to mimic the old Mark Martin scheme the best I could.
Oh yeah, I kind of see it a little bit. Very nice scheme. We will go back to the lead, but it looks like there's not much up there. Jagboy has around a 9 car length lead over OG Infa in second. So Swamp, we've been talking a lot about in these road courses, especially the Watkins Glen broadcast for the trucks, about consistency. How big is consistency here at Mid-Ohio?
You know, I guess it kind of depends on what part of the track you're on, because there's some parts of the track where you can get off of it a little bit and it not hurt you a whole lot, but there's other parts where it can just absolutely kill you and kill all your momentum. But I feel like consistency really at every road course is pretty important.
Indeed, as it looks like Jagboy is just checking out from OG. Now he has around 15 car lengths on that second place car. But the battle is still crazy back here from third on back. A little of a bumper there from Robster into the back of Nick. Dalton. Dalton's going to get the run on the outside and clear Robster for 4th position.
Yeah, man, these guys are battling hard since the start of the race, so maybe see a little tempers flare early here a little bit between these two.
You see, their battling has brought in a new name into this conversation, the 2 of Lights Out. He's looking to be part of this battle for P4. And he's going to look to the inside of the 89. And a big checkup there is going to cause him to be a little more conservative.
Oh, and that's the spot. It looked like the 89 got off. 51 and Nick is around.
Yes, the 51 of Nick must have lost it off of that transition from high to low with that elevation change that Gator was talking about. Nick went around and lost around 4 positions right there with heavy damage to the front.
Yeah, personal opinion, that's one of the tricky spots on the track. Coming off that corner.
Looks like Gator was able to take a position out of that.
I was, boys, up in P6 right now, unintentionally. Everybody's either playing some strategy or making some mistakes here early on, so I'm just out here capitalizing on those, saving my stuff for the final stage of the race.
Being consistent.
Being consistent, exactly. And you brought up a whole new thing, strategy, into this race. I remember last season's race, it was highly predicated on saving your tires and saving your fuel. It's hard to do that here, but do you think some guys might be doing that right now, Swamp? Some of these guys towards the back?
I don't know, because I don't believe they have to pit this stage, but I can't tell you now because I2 Ballistic comes to pit road. He's got a lot of damage though, but I did notice he is putting some fuel in the car, so.
Do not believe he will go a lap down here. Looks like he gets back out in front. Still a lot of damage on our screen, but reminder, he repaired that damage on his screen and it is not a crumpled up mess. Cycling back to our leader, Jag Boy. He's just on a on a Wednesday night cruise right now.
Yeah, if strategy does end up playing in this race, he's kind of the catbird seat because he can really dictate what he does, how much he lays off, throttle, how hard he runs the car, that big lead that he has.
Yeah, it opens up a lot of opportunity for strategy of his own if he wants to back off a little more in the corners and save his stuff a little more. He's got plenty of real estate to do so. Looking back here, it looks like the 01 is starting to lose a little ground to the 89 of Robster and the 2 of Lights Out. The battle for second is starting to form up. Yeah, that 89 is right on the 01's, and he's going to get around him on the final turn and take that second position. It looked like the 01 might have just said, I missed my corner a little bit. I'm probably just going to give you this position, keep ourselves clean, and I'll keep my third position. Thank you very much. And he's going to let the 2 by as well.
So maybe he's playing a little bit of strategy.
I have to believe, I'm listening to his engine. It sounds like he's bogging it down a little more, maybe using partial throttle on the straightaways. Oh, he definitely is, because he's not anywhere near the pace of the guys in front. He's going to let the 9 of Dalton get around him. Yeah, he's definitely playing strategy here. So we're not quite sure, but maybe these guys are not good to go to the end, and the 01 is trying to save and win this stage.
89 at Robster got off into the grass there, lost a little bit of time. Well, maybe we could ask our in-race reporter.
What would you like to ask me there, Swamp?
Well, is there any strategy to be played here in this stage?
Well, fuel mileage is definitely an issue for some of these guys. They've been pushing it because we started the stage. It's a 9-lap stage. Had 8 laps of fuel. So, right on the limit in terms of saving it, or if you're pushing it, then you might not be able to save that much fuel. So I'm good on fuel now because I've obviously just been cruising. But your tires and your fuel are going to be right on the limit of making the whole stage.
Interesting insight there from our in-race reporter, Gator Mike 89, as a battle for third is starting to heat up here. These guys are not saving.
No, and I just got to tap on that. So you're almost better to be safe than sorry, because if you run out of gas here and you aren't anywhere close to pit road, you aren't getting back.
Yeah, and some guys are really looking for some important stage points. The 9 at Dalton gives a huge bumper to the 2.
Wow.
The 2's going to stay to that inside and try to take the preferred line out. Both of them keep it from getting loose there. And the 2's going to clear him.
Going here. Yep. Now both those guys are teammates, if I'm correct, right?
I believe they are.
Oh, and Robster was off in the grass.
So mistakes being made here at Mid-Ohio in Stage 1. A lot of craziness happening up here. It looks like is that the 19 of Young Colt in that yellow machine up there going a lap down?
Yep, he had to pit.
Had to pit, and the leaders have not yet pit. And tell me if I'm wrong here, Swamp, but I feel like when I'm at a road course and I'm on older tires, it gives me a little more... It's faster. Like, you're looser and you're able to get around the track a little faster than when you're on less worn tires.
Yep, I would 100% agree with you. You know, the more the tires wear, the better the cars turn through the corners.
So these guys might be at maximum driving efficiency right now with their setups put in, or presets, excuse me. Because those tires are optimal. As long as they're not popping, they're still fast.
Yep, so we also have 2 cars on pit road, Nick and LL Penn.
We do. So those guys going for the 1 pit stop strategy here in Stage 1, hoping some other guys cannot make it.
Well, I don't... Oh, LL Penn leaving pit road. I forgot that both of them are leaving pit road. I forgot both of them had a lot of damage. I was thinking they might have blown an engine, but...
No.
Nope, just a lot of damage.
We keep our eyes here. It looks like we got a bunch of takers to pit road down. We got the 2 of Lights Out, the 89 of Robster, and let's see if Jagboy... No, Jagboy is still on track. He is on that strategy to save enough and win the stage. We'll have to see if it pays off for him.
No, I believe he's got no reason. He's probably got a huge lead over whoever is in second place right now to not come to pit road.
He's got a little bit of lap traffic in front of him, the 11 of Ballstick, but I don't believe it'll be too much of an issue. Ballstick's pretty good at getting out of the way of the lead lap vehicles. So now the question is, does Jagboy come to pit, or does he stay out and try to stretch it that 1 lap and take stage 1 with no question?
The Robster came off. Oh, we got some cars around. It looks like the 19 of Young Cole. I don't know who else.
19 is off the pace here with a little bit of nose damage. Not sure if that was incurred at the beginning of the stage or if that was just recent, but he is a little bit off the pace. And the 22 stays out once again. And I believe that's the end of the stage. So Jagboy will win stage 1 here, with second place being, is it OG?
Absolutely no clue because we don't have a ticker.
Awesome.
I'll let you guys know here in just a second.
Yeah, if you could let us know, Gator.
It's going to be Jagboy, Dalton in P2, OG in P3. Due to strategy and pit stops and guys burn up their stuff, I snuck in for 4th place.
There you go.
Not my intentions. I don't want to take stage points away from these guys, but if they're just handed to me, then they're handed to me. And looks like LD Allen got 5th.
LD Allen with some much needed stage points in stage 1.
So now I do believe stage 2, you guys should be good to go all the way, correct?
I'm assuming stage 2 is shorter. I didn't get too much practice in it. So I'll let you all know here in just a second how many laps we got.
Alright. As they head to pit road and back onto the track for the restart of stage 2. Jagboy still leading with the 9 of Dalton to his outside. Green flag back in the air.
We've got the same amount of laps in stage 2, 9.
Okay, then.
As they power off down into turn 1, the 22 clears for the lead. The 9 of Dalton following suit in second place with LD Allen looking for third. Underneath,
right here.
and yep, Gator is going to pull off to his word. As here comes LD Allen. LD Allen looking for second place right now. He'll file in right behind the 9 of Dalton. And Jack Boy just pulling away once again. So we got ourselves a little bit of a hornet's nest back here in mid-pack. With a checkup starting up there with Allen and the 4 of Penn, the 89 of Robster, all these guys all jammed up trying to keep it off of one another. The 89 is off the track. He's going to save it, but does lose a lot of track position there. Shouldn't have much damage, but does lose a lot of track position.
Yeah, the Harmon Mobile is gone.
Oh man, the 4 just gave a shot to the 51 of Nick into the second or maybe third to last corner. The 4
I think that was the 9. I think it was actually the 9 of Dalton.
No, that was definitely the 51 of Nick. We're on his camera right now, and he took a nice shove from the 4. And he is in P4 right now.
Yes, he is. Oh, okay. They're running similar schemes that
They are.
might be.
No, you're good.
You know, I'm kind of surprised.
You go ahead.
I'm kind of surprised that some of these guys maybe didn't try strategy and try to stay out there. You know, you're more than likely going to have to pit this stage again, so why not come in there at the end of the stage and stay out if you'd already pit that one stage?
Yeah, and to your point, those older tires are faster, so you'd have to believe that you're guaranteed a pit stop here. Although Jagboy was able to make it without doing so.
Correct.
But anyways, with the older tires, you're faster. So yeah, I could see some guys playing that strategy maybe later on.
And kind of shout out to Dalton here. We saw Jagboy kind of drive away from the field last time. Dalton's hanging with him. Dalton, it looks like whoever there's in third, Nick.
That is Nick. They have stayed. This is the closest anyone's been to Jagboy through both stages thus far. Still got about a 7-car length lead on second place, Jagboy does, but hey, it's progress for those guys from second and third.
It is, and it could be pushing. They could possibly also be pushing Jag a little.
The 9 either missed the corner or the 51 dive bombed them, but the 51, oh no, it was definitely a dive bomb because Dalton gave it to him on the back straightaway here. I'll have to keep an eye on this, make sure there's no roughhousing going on. Oh, big contact again! The 9 is off the track once again. The 51 gave it to him, and he might lose 2 spots here if LD Allen can look around him. He cannot. Oh, but the 9's having troubles right now.
Yeah, knowing that 9 car, me and him have had a couple run-ins. If he can get back to that 51, watch out. You know, he's running P2. He's up there. He's been up front most of the race, I believe, running a real nice race and got moved there. So, definitely not happy at the moment.
It wasn't all that bad, though. He didn't get wrecked. He's still in P3 under a lot of fire from the 8 of LD Allen. But, yeah, that whole issue started way before the big push-off. That happened right here around turn 3, turn 2, wherever this is, on this little straightaway. And the 51 dive bombed him. As it looks like the 8's going to look to the inside of Dalton. That's for position 3. They're going to draw even on the back straightaway. With the 2
lights out creeps in the picture.
Yep, the 2 of lights out. Loving seeing the Balin in front of them, trying to become part of the conversation here.
Oh, the 51. Is that the 51 in the grass?
Yeah, 51 is in the grass.
Way in the grass.
Oh, the 9 gave him a little more. 51 was off the track, and the 9 still gave him a door.
Yeah, I don't know if the 9. That's a tricky corner. Might have gotten a little loose there, coming over it too.
Oh man, this is a cluster back here for third on back, as it's been most of the night. These guys are all pretty much equal in speed, and it's showing with how close these guys are racing next to each other. Oh, the 4 sends it on the 9 of Dalton. Dalton's getting thrown around all over the place tonight. And uh-oh, the 51 and 9 are back at it again. 51's going to give it to him. Now the 51's going to look to Dalton's inside. Dalton's going to brake a little earlier and just give it back up. Looks like the 51 and 9 have settled their differences for now.
We will see on this corner.
As they power down that back straight, front straight, whatever you want to call it. I have no idea what the corners are called here. The 51 misses his mark a little bit. Cuts the grass. The 9 and 51 still side by side. These two cannot find their way around one another. And the 51's going to have the preferred line and clear the 9 of Dalton. As all this is happening, we will cycle back around to our leader, Jagboy, who is once again just gone. There's nobody within, oh well, maybe like 30 car lengths back you have second place, but Jagboy's still putting on a nice show for his TGR guys and for the NARL fans.
Oh man, these guys. Oh man, the 9 and 51, both battling really loose race cars. The 9 almost lost it, and the 51 did lose it. He went nose first into the wall there, right at the last corner.
The 01 of OG Infa is on pit road. Does not look like he's moving. He might have blown an engine.
Does not look good for that 01.
Do we have a confirmation from Gator Mike if he gets the chance to get on a straightaway?
There is a car in the pits. I do not know if he is DNF'd or not. I haven't paid that much attention. So.
I believe he is DNF'd. Yeah, he's been sitting there for a good 40 seconds now.
These guys are catching Jackboy.
Jackboy might be doing that strategy where he's saving. These other guys are going all out, trying to get as much time as they can before they come to pit road. I believe the 8 of Allen has taken the lead. He has. Jagboy in strong conservation mode right now, letting the leader, or second place, by him. The 2 of Lights Out looking for the same thing. Back here with the 4 of Penn all over his bumper. So Swamp, if you were in the position of these guys, what would be your strategy? Would you be trying to save, seeing that Jag was able to do it in stage 1, or would you be trying to get as much time putting down hot laps and then coming to pit road and getting yourself some fuel and tires?
Well, I definitely think I'd be trying to put down some hot laps and coming to getting fuel and tires. I think that's what I would do, but I also think I might have stayed out there.
Oh, the 2! The 2 gets punted by the 4 of LL Penn, goes off, and that was... I can't say that that was intentional, because the 2 was in saving mode along with the 22 just following right behind him. The 4 had no idea he was in conservation mode and just drove right into the back of him. And that's going to hurt Lights Out here. He's going to really have to bank on this strategy paying off, because he lost a lot of track position there.
Yeah, and those 2 have history. Yeah, no bueno. ID Allen has came to pit road.
LD Allen to pit road. There he is on the left side of your screen. likely looking for 4 tires because you cannot take left tires in this game. Thought I had to throw that out for 704. Exactly.
Shout out for no ticker, because this is not the easiest.
LD Allen. Oh, he did not take any tires. Very quick pit stop. Just going with fuel only for the 8 car of LD Allen. He's going on a whole different strategy than everyone tried in stage 2 or stage 1. Looks like Penn might actually be trying that same strategy that Jackboy's doing, because they're both... The 22 I know for sure is saving. The 4 of LL Penn is staying right behind him. Not trying to make a pass, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. Not trying to talk crap about Penn, but it is well known that he is terrible at saving tires and fuel. So...
Well, what better way to figure it out than following Jagboy, one of the best at it in the series.
Very true. Very true.
As we get a laps to go here in stage 2, if Gator can inform us on that, if he gets on straight away. 1 to go, coming to the line. The 4 of LL Penn will make his way to pit road and relinquish, I believe it was 3rd position at the time. Or second position, yeah, because LD Allen went to pit road. I have no idea who's in the lead now. I believe it's Jagboy still.
Jagboy is in the lead.
Did he save enough?
We will have to find out. One more lap for him to make it around. It's a long one, but it might pay off once again if he can save enough. He was able to do it in stage 1. See if he does it in stage 2 here.
Seems like he is really off the throttle.
He definitely is, and looking back, I don't see any sign of second place. He can go in as much conservation mode as he wants. Although the 89 of Robster, is he on the lead lap?
He is.
The 89 of Robster, he's going all out right now, trying to catch the 22 of Jagboy.
It looks like he's cut quite a bit of time off.
I'm listening to the throttle of the 89. He goes off the track. That's going to cost him some time. Probably is going to cost him stage 2 as well. But it sounds like anyways the 89 might be sputtering. That or he is shifting really early to conserve as much fuel as possible. And Jagboy is going to round that final turn and win stage 2 with Robster coming home P2. And 3rd might be...
It's gonna be me. I limped
gonna be Gator.
Carnage to,
oh, the 2 is out of fuel, and the 9, his teammate, is trying to push him across the line. The 19's, the 19's not for position, but a little teammate gesture right there. A little Jimmy Johnson, Chase Elliott gesture. Dalton will push the 2 of Lights Out across the line for, I believe that was P4. Maybe.
P4 Lights, P5 Dalton.
Wow, they used the whole push strategy to get some stage points there. Interesting. So, man, now I'm excited. You get to see Gator Mike here. He's going to go all out now.
It is now time for Gator to unleash what he's got. He said he was going to wait until stage 3. Here he is.
Well, we're about to find out how many laps are left, so...
Hell yeah. We get to unleash the Ginger Beast here.
As here we go. The 22 of Jagboy starting alongside our in-race reporter. Green flag back in the air to start our final stage at Mid-Ohio.
16 laps left.
16 to go. The 22 of Jagboy with that preferred line is going to clear the 76 of Gator Mike, with the 89 of Robster following. Oh, Gator sends it! Gator sends it into the carousel. He's going to give that spot up because he knows that that was a bit of a send, and the 22 is going to resume his lead.
Going to ruffle some feathers here. Let Jagboy know I've been playing around in the back of the field tonight.
The 2 of Lights Out is looking to the inside, which is going to turn to the outside. 3 wide for P2. Who's going to take it?
Oh my God.
The 2 is going to fall back. Oh my goodness. It's crazy
They're
back here
everywhere.
from second on back. Everyone wants to give Jag a run for his money. The 89 is around.
Oh,
Robster is
they,
around in that one. I don't know what to call that. It's like a downslope turn.
oh, the 2 got off the track there. The 4 and the 2 were banging bumpers.
Oh, this battle for
s-
P3. The 8 goes off the track a little bit. That's going to allow the 4 of LL Penn to take third place with the 51 of Nick looking for it. Oh, that's a lot of action going on in one lap. I'm going to have to catch my breath a little bit here.
Isn't the 51's going to look to the inside of the 4? Oh,
He is. He's
gives
going
him
to give
the
a bumper. And he's going to give him a door going out of the corner.
Man.
And the 9 is going to be the
That's-
beneficiary of that, along with the 8. And they're going to take third and fourth. The 51's.
Oh, and the 4 is not pleased with the 51.
I think the 51 knows that because he's been slow on this straightaway, trying to stay away from the 4. Just trying to make sure he doesn't get that famous NASCAR Heat 4 door. But if you're the 4, you can't be messing around right here. You got to get back up there. You've had a fast car, one that's capable of second place. You got to get back up there.
Yeah, definitely. Man, it's almost like we're short track racing instead of road course racing. We got tempers flaring.
That we do for sure. It looks like Jag Boy, out of all the calamity going on in those first couple laps, has opened himself up a nice little lead over second place Gator Mike 89.
Just keeping them in my sights, boys.
And then the 2 gives the 4 a shot. Yeah, the 4's not making. Oh, and the 4 gives the 2 back another
Oh, the
shot.
2 is in the infield here. He's gonna.
Oh,
He didn't
man.
spin it. He saved it. But he is gonna lose a couple positions. The 89 of Robster will be the greatest beneficiary of that one. He's made his way up to P4.
Yeah, the 4 is not making any friends out there, and it showed. Uh-oh.
As it looks like guys have finally started to settle out a little bit here after the restart. Single file and spaced out. Although we have a battle back here between Penn and Hostium Hose in the 98. The 4 of Penn got very loose out of the carousel and is going to relinquish that position. So if you're the 4 of Penn and you feel like your car is not to your liking, or that, you've been kind of messed up a little bit by other guys, are you playing some strategy here, or is there any strategy to play, Swamp?
Well, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not completely sure on the race itself, but I remember last year almost turned into a 2-stop race in the final stage. So maybe you only try to make it 1 stop, see what can come out of it.
As it looks like that gap has grown a little bit from first to second. Jagboy still pulling out a lead, trying to not let Gator get back to him because he knows what Gator's willing to do to get a win.
Gonna make this a one-stopper, boys. A one-stopper.
You heard it here first. Gator Mike, in-race reporter, going with 1 stop. Don't know about anyone else in the field because we don't have that luxury. And the 98 got a little loose there. He's going to relinquish a spot to the 11 of Ball Stick. You can definitely tell the guys that were looking forward to this one versus the guys that kind of just want to move on to Michigan next week.
Yeah, them guys want left turns, not right turns.
Putting it on board of our race leader right now, Jagboy. If you're in Jagboy's position, you've got to be kind of nervous because if you get outplayed on strategy here, you've been leading just about every single lap tonight. Maybe he has led every single lap, has gone for a perfect race almost with winning the pole. What can you do here not to mess it up?
Yeah, I don't know. Jag's got it. Jag's trying to go for the sweep tonight. I think maybe just wait and see if you can read what Gator's doing. Try to read off of him. If you notice you're pulling away quite far than him, maybe try to back it down. Assume that he's going on the one-stop strategy.
And as a race car driver, that is the hardest thing to do, is start to back down when you're the leader. When you're the leader, you're just trying to put down the fastest laps, and you just want to see that interval grow from first to second. Jagboy has done a good job thus far this race, making sure that he conserves enough, but in the final stage, it's so tempting just to try to run away. We'll have to see if he takes your advice. As we search back here for any battles, looks like we have one right there with LD Allen wandering off the racetrack and giving up a position to Dalton. And I believe that is for P3, as Dalton is starting to close in on our... Is that right? Hold on. The 22 has backed off considerably. Starting to get run down by that 76 of Gator Mike 89. And the guys from third on back are starting to catch Gator. So, yeah, maybe the strategy aspect is playing out, Swamp. Maybe they are thinking one-stop strategy here. Save as much as you can.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if these guys behind them, what they start doing. Because, I mean, if you're catching a guy by a lot, you got to assume he's saving, but... I don't know. Is that Dalton in third?
I believe it was. Not sure if it still is. It is.
Oh,
he is running P3, looking ahead at Gator.
Just want to give him a quick shout out. He's ran a really nice race tonight. Found himself shuffled back, but obviously he's found his way back up here to third. So, yeah, shout out to the 9.
Resiliency from that 9 Chevrolet Camaro tonight. Oh, looks like a battle is starting to shape up. LD Allen's looking to the outside of Dalton. He's not going to be able to make it work. He's going to try to gather up some momentum on the outside again. The 9 of Dalton is not going to give him the position. He's going to drive him hard for it. They're going to be side by side coming out of the final little kink there.
A little bit of a door bang there. Maybe got a little loose coming off the corner.
Oh yeah, and the 9 will resume P3.
Just by how hard these guys are racing, I'm assuming that they're probably going to have to make 2 stops.
We continue looking on at Jagboy from the hood of Gator Mike right now. It looks like that gap has sustained itself for the time being. Looks like the 22... Maybe he made a mistake. We'll never know because we do not have replay up here in the booth. But, yeah, it looked like maybe it was just a mistake from the 22, and now he's starting to rocket away again.
51 just gave the 8 a bumper. Looked like the 8 was able to save it and maintain his position back there in 4th.
We will keep our eyes on this. The 8 got a little loose going into that. Cuts off the 51 of Nick. It's going to continue to run in P4, but Nick is coming.
Nick's also a guy that's shown some speed tonight.
He was very good at our last road course, Road America, where he got his first win in his first NARL start. Not many guys can say they've done that. Oh, the 8 overdrove it a little bit. The 9's going to go for the crossover on the front straightaway here. With the 51 of Nick looking on. Oh, and the 8 overdrives it. Man, these guys are... it's crunch time. Guys are starting to realize it's time to go.
It is, and let's not forget the 9 and 51 had some history from earlier on in this race.
That they did. Do you have any idea how many laps might be left, Gator or Swamp?
We will be coming to 8 to go.
8 to go. Half of stage 3 almost completed.
To go, I believe everybody's only going to have to make 1 stop.
That appears so.
Oh man, the 8 is not happy with the 9. Pushes him up the track once again. I saw the door in the first place, thought it was a little bit of an accident, but that second one confirms it. That 8 is not happy with Dalton. Dalton's going to drive it in there, try to give a shot back. Will not be able to deliver it. And the 51 of Nick will take that position. As here they come to pit road.
8, 9, and 51 all come to pit road along with
and
the
2. Yep. Here they come. First round of pit stops. Don't know if they're going to try a second one. Sounds like they might not have to. Might be a 1 pit stop. Stage 3 right here. Keep our eye on Gator Mike and the leader. If the leader is in sight. Does not look like it, but that's okay. We will keep our eyes on when Gator comes to pit road here.
Jagboy off pit road.
Oh, Jagboy already down pit road, so
8, 51, 9. Looks like about everybody came to pit road there except maybe Gator.
Gator trying to stretch it as long as he can. Oh, the 22 of Jagboy, costly mistake, goes off the track. It doesn't look like it now, but that's going to cost him time when Gator comes out of pit road. Is it going to be enough, though?
Big mistake there for the 22.
And Swamp, that was all because of the fresh tires. The fresh tires make the car a lot tighter. He's been so used to driving those 7 laps on worn tires, thought it was going to rotate a little more on entry, and it just didn't turn. He went straight into the sand trap in turn 2.
Yep, as our leader, the 76 comes to pit road.
76 to pit road. We will go back to who should cycle out to be our leader, Jagboy. See where the 76 cycles off. Oh, the 22 missed his mark a little bit there as well.
Did you get on pit road clean there, Gator?
I did.
Okay. It looked like he came flying in there.
Timed it just right.
There's
There's the 76 exiting. The 22 is gone. But how's this going to cycle out with the fresh tires? We saw how it messed up Jagboy a little bit. Went off the track because he wasn't expecting it to be that tight. Is it going to happen the same way for the 76?
Yeah, now there's no conservation here from Gator. He pit a lap after these guys, so he's more than likely good on tires and fuel. Going to be interesting to see if everybody else can make it.
Gator is good on fuel and will be good on tires. Jagboy will probably be the same way, but he will be on the edge. Came down a lap, 2 laps earlier, I believe. And I'm not sure. You get about 8 laps of fuel each time you come to pit road. There were about 8 laps left. It's going to be really close. But what a heartbreaker it would be for Jagboy if he did somehow not win this race. He has dominated it. I don't think he's not led a lap tonight.
He did he did it when he was playing strategy. And Alan,
that is true. Now, if you're the 76 of Gator, you're going to be pushing as hard as you can to scare Jagboy into making mistakes. Right now, it's go time, and you want to push that thing as hard as they'll go. Oh, looked like the 22 went off the track a little bit. The grass doesn't hurt you too much in Heat 4, but probably cost him a 10th or so.
Looks like most of the field is spread out as we have Nick on pit road here.
Nick to pit road for a second pit stop.
Possibly. Maybe a blown engine.
Maybe a blown engine. Does not look like he's moved thus far. And I believe it might be a blown engine.
Nick is in 4th place. It's a Heat 4 glitch.
Oh, golly. Okay. Well,
game.
we apologize, folks. As you heard from Gator, Nick is in P4. We just can't see it, and we are not going to back out of this one because we only have a round when Gator crosses the line. 4 laps to go.
5 to go.
5 laps to go here at Mid-Ohio. Can Jagboy hang on? It looks like Gator has caught him just a little bit, maybe half a second.
Definitely looks like Gator's run him down a little bit here.
Listening to the engine of the 22, he's definitely not saving. He is full throttle on that little straight, heading into the tight right-hander.
You know, that 22 can't really save because if he tries, that 76 is going to be right there.
For sure. Yeah, if you're this 22, you just got to hit your marks right on right now. You haven't made a mistake much other than that one sand trap mistake on fresh tires. You've got to just stay consistent here with 4 laps to go coming to the line. Looking back through the field here, seeing if we have any late race battles. Looks like the teammates of Dalton and Lights Out are having a nice little battle here for P4.
I believe so.
Oh, the 9 makes a mistake, and the 2's going to capitalize on it and take that position.
9 turned into a grass mower, or jeez, oh Pete's lawnmower there for a second.
The 4 and the 11 of Ball Stick back here at the back.
4th position.
No idea.
Actually, it is.
What position? Like 9th?
8th.
8th, okay. Well, we're going to have to hold off on that because it looks like Gator has really started to catch the 22. This is probably the closest on a long run we've seen anybody near the 22 of Jagboy. As we're coming to 3 to go once we get to the line.
Yeah, and I believe everybody's going to be good on fuel, just looking at Ballistic Stream. He has a lap more fuel. 1 lap more fuel than laps to go, and I know Jagboy pit at the same time that he did.
He has 1 lap to the good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I guess that would have been too easy for me to say, but yeah, he's 1 lap to the good.
Nah, but that is good news for Jagboy. He can just race it as hard as he can right now. Tires should not be a problem either unless he's really smoking it into the corners, and you can't really bald spot in Heat 4, but you can diminish your tires by locking it up too hard.
Yeah, but that 22, if he's looking in his mirror, that 76 is getting closer and closer.
The question is, who's going to make that mistake to take them out of this one? These guys are pretty even in terms of speed. It still looks like the 76 is gaining on him through this little section of the track, but on the high speed sections, it looks like the 22 of Jagboy is faster. But yes, you're definitely right. That 76 is coming. He has made up a lot of time, around, I would guess, around 4 seconds. And now he's within maybe second and a half of Jagboy, our dominant car all night. 2 laps to go at Mid-Ohio.
Can the 76 get there?
He's going to try. He's going to put all he can towards it. This is the one time that he gets a chance to race in the series that he's created and that he commissions.
Yeah, from that 22, I'm just turning the mirror off on my screen. And
Hitting that triangle button.
Yep, it's qualifying laps.
That 76 into that. This is where I believe the 76 is able to make up a lot of time in this really technical portion of Mid-Ohio. It just seems like on the straights that 22 is able to get the top end a little quicker than the 76 of Gator. Oh, we got a little lap traffic ahead in Young Colt. Wonder if that's gonna play a little bit of a factor in the final laps here. As here we go, rounding the final corner to take the white flag. 1 to go, presented by Plan B Sales for Jagboy. He is, oh man, gonna cycle to him here. Colt was a little bit in the way. It looked like just a bad set of circumstances for Jagboy. Still has a nice lead over Gator going into that second turn. Now that 19 is in the way of the 76, what's he gonna do? He's gonna get out of the way of the 76. It is now mano-y-mano between the 22 and the 76.
Bad spot for Colt to get caught by these guys.
I don't know, Swamp. I'm thinking it might just be a couple laps too few for the 76 to make it to the bumper of Jagboy. If Jagboy can just eliminate any mistakes, I think he's going to come home a winner tonight.
I think so too.
Here he comes, looking for that final little technical section of Mid-Ohio. Final corners. Can he keep it planted, not spin on any of these rumble strips? It looks like he will be just fine. Jagboy coming to the start-finish line to win at Mid-Ohio. Gator Mike with a very valiant second, and third place we'll have to get to you at. Third place might be lights out, it looks like.
Nick.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Nick doesn't show up on our screen. Nick for P3. And P4 would be lights out. P5 Dalton. P6 LD Allen. A couple guys back here still racing. The 4 of LL Penn and the 11 of Ballstick. It looks like they will be content just letting each other finish there. Alright, let's go ahead and get Jagboy in the booth if you don't mind. Oh my god, the 4 is going to relinquish that last spot and wreck on the final lap. But, can you get Jagboy, Swamp?
Yes.
Awesome.
1 second, as I believe he's showing offline. He is. What a little stinker.
What a race.
Right.
It came down to the strategy and who could conserve their stuff the best, who was the most consistent on a long run. Jagboy was able to cement himself as the champion of being able to hold off on older tires.
Yes, he was. Anything you see there that you can take away from that race that kind of surprised you?
I can take away that Jagboy is blinding fast, and there he is in our party. Jagboy, you are a winner at Mid-Ohio. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels good, man. That was rough. Just trying to keep it on the track, man. Gator kept me on my toes there, the final stage. So, oh
Yes.
man, I don't know.
He certainly did. He's in the party. He was our in-race reporter for tonight's race. Did not say much in the final laps because he was trying to chase you down. I have Swamp also in the booth with me. Swamp, do you have any questions for our race winner?
Jagboy, great race tonight. You swept Mid-Ohio, my home track. One of my 3 home tracks.
One of your many.
Yes, one of my many home tracks. Anyway, tonight you were dominant there almost the whole race. I guess what do you think led to your success tonight?
Man, just a lot of practice and chipping away at those lap times and just keeping it on the track, being smooth for the most part. I know a lot of guys were having trouble and kept going off course, so that's a big part of it. Just staying smooth.
All right, and now we have another cool thing. We have another cool thing in here. I'm gonna get Gator to ask you a question. Gator, do you have anything for our race winner?
Not really. I just want to say congratulations. You had a rocket ship tonight. I tried to ruffle your feathers at the beginning of that final stage by giving you a little bumper going into the hairpin. Let you know I'd been taking it easy the first two stages, but if only I had a few more laps, I was closing that gap. But you managed to keep your composure and hold on to your car, keep it straight. So good win. Better man won tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, a little bit of humility there from our in-race reporter. Jagboy, do you have anybody to shout out tonight? I think I have a feeling.
Obviously, yeah, I want to shout out TJR, of course. Shout out to you guys for broadcasting tonight, and shout out to the league. Shout out to my spotter, Avenged, and that's about it. Shout out to Gator for keeping me on my toes. It's fun.
That he did. All right, Jagboy. Well, go celebrate accordingly tonight, buddy. You earned it.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right. Well, I don't have to invite the next guy to talk to. He's already in here. Gator, how'd it feel having to chase down Jagboy?
Oh, well, like I said, Jagboy's really quick around there. He won pole. He was fastest in practice. And I knew he was going to be tough competition tonight. If I had about 3 to 4 more laps, I think I could have got within striking distance. But I'm proud of my run. First Xfinity start this season, bringing it home P2, top 5 in both stages, just cruising around the first 2 stages. So not too bad. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, and my question is, if you got to him on that final lap in that final corner, was the bumper being laid?
No, absolutely not. It's not my series. I'm not running for points. I'm not going to move somebody out of the way to bolster my pride and my ego by winning in the Xfinity series. So it's just an honor to be able to drop down and race with these guys, and they not complain when I come to do so. So might as well keep it as clean as I can.
And I'm sure the Xfinity guys appreciate that. Swamp, do you have any questions for Gator?
Yeah, Gator. Tomorrow the Cup Series heads to Canadian Tire. Do you believe you can take anything away from this track and incorporate it into Canadian Tire?
I'd love to say yes, but absolutely not. These cars drive completely differently than the Cup cars. These things push like dump trucks. So while the tracks can be kind of similar in terms of elevation changes and breaking loose coming out of the corners a little bit, there's not too much I can take. I'm going to drive Canadian Tire a whole lot differently in the Cup car than what I drove Mid-Ohio in the Xfinity car tonight.
All right. Yeah, you go ahead, Swamp.
No, I was just going to say, good run tonight, and we'll see you on the track tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Do you got anyone you want to shout out tonight, Gator?
Well, I want to shout out my non-existent team because woohoo independency. Want to say thank you to everybody in the NARL. Couldn't put this on without all of our viewers and our drivers who show up to every race, and the Xfinity Series for always putting on a good show. And hope you guys tune in tomorrow for the Cup Series at Canadian Tire. So thanks to everybody.
All right, and that kind of brings us to the next point as we wrap up tonight's broadcast. The Cup Series tomorrow, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time, is going to Canadian Tire for something that the Cup guys don't do in real life. They don't even travel outside the country. Well, we're going to do it tomorrow, and we hope to see you there.